School drop-off was never about independence at all. For decades, the story was simple. Your toddler goes to school to learn how to be away from you. Independence, resilience, growing up. That story is incomplete. Here's the actual lesson happening inside a 1 to 3-year-old's brain during that first month of school. It's not about learning to be apart from you. It's about learning that you always come back. That one shift changes everything about how you handle drop-off, pick-up, and everything in between. And the reason it matters starts with an idea a psychologist named almost 100 years ago. Jean Piaget called it object permanence, the understanding that something still exists even when you can't see it. Toddlers build this early with objects, like a toy hidden under a blanket. They learn the toy didn't vanish, it's just out of sight. But applying that same logic to a caregiver, under stress, in a loud, unfamiliar room full of strangers, is a much harder ask for a 1 to 3-year-old brain. It's the same skill, but the emotional stakes are completely different. At the same time, psychologist Mary Ainsworth's research on attachment found something else worth knowing. Children explore new environments better when they have what she called a secure base, a caregiver they trust will return. Not a caregiver who never leaves, one who reliably comes back. That distinction is everything. Put those two ideas together and you get the real curriculum of the first month of school. Your toddler isn't practicing separation, they're practicing prediction. Will mom still exist while I can't see her? Will she come back like she said she would? And here's where most well-meaning adults accidentally make that lesson harder to learn. Two instincts feel loving in the moment but quietly backfire. The first is lingering at drop-off. Extra hugs, hovering by the door, one more check-in from the hallway. It feels caring. But to a toddler's nervous system, it reads as something else entirely. This place must be unsafe, because even mom looks worried about leaving me here. The second instinct is sneaking out while they're distracted with a toy. It feels efficient. It might even feel kind, because there are no tears in that moment. But the next time you leave, their brain remembers something different. Last time, she vanished without warning. That's not comfort. That's an unpredictable pattern. And unpredictability is one of the fastest ways to erode a young child's trust in your return. This is worth saying plainly because it functions like a trap. Anyone telling you to distract a toddler and slip out the door is really asking you to trade one calm minute today for several harder weeks of goodbyes later. The short-term relief isn't worth the long-term cost. So what actually builds the always come back lesson faster? Here are 5 things you can start using today. 1. Talk about school in specific sensory detail before day 1 even arrives. Skip vague lines like "you're going to love it." Say something concrete instead. There's a sensory bin, a red slide, story time right after snack. Specific details give a toddler something to hold on to mentally when everything else around them feels new and unfamiliar. 2. Practice short separations before the first real day. 30 to 60 minutes with a relative, a sitter, or a familiar friend, somewhere they already know well. This lets them experience the actual rhythm. Goodbye, some time passing, then your return, while the stakes are still low and nothing else is new at the same time. 3. Build a 10-second goodbye ritual and then never skip it, even on hard mornings. 2 high fives, 1 hug, 1 specific phrase like, "I love you, I'll see you after snack time." Say it the exact same way every single time. Repetition is what turns a goodbye from a scary unknown into a predictable pattern their brain learns to rely on. 4. Anchor pickup time to their daily schedule, not the clock on the wall. A toddler doesn't understand 3 p.m. They understand right after nap. Use the landmarks of their day instead of numbers they can't process yet. 5. Expect the collapse when they get home, and don't mistake it for something going wrong. Toddlers spend the whole morning holding themselves together in a brand new environment, and that takes real effort for a small nervous system. The moment they see you, the tension they've been storing finally has somewhere safe to go, so it comes out as tears, whining, or a meltdown over something tiny. Keep the first 2 to 3 weeks after school light on purpose. No errands right after pickup, no rushed transitions, just a snack, your calm presence, and physical closeness. None of this works alone, though. The teacher's half of the job matters just as much as yours. On the classroom side, a few specific things reinforce that exact same lesson. A consistent primary caregiver at drop-off gives the toddler one steady anchor in a room full of new faces, instead of a rotating cast of adults they have to relearn to trust. A small object from home, a family photo tucked into a cubby, a lovey saved for nap time, gives their nervous system a physical link to the place where coming back is guaranteed. And a visual schedule, simple pictures showing drop-off, circle time, snack, playground, nap, and pickup in order, lets an anxious toddler literally see how close pickup is without needing to understand time at all. When a teacher points to that pickup picture and says, "Mommy comes back after nap," that's not just a soothing phrase in the moment. That's the exact lesson this entire month is quietly built around, repeated in a way a toddler's brain can actually use. And here's the number that should lower the pressure on everyone involved. Early childhood researchers and educators generally agree it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for a toddler to settle into a new school routine. Crying at drop-off during week 1 does not mean something is wrong with your child, your parenting, or the school. It means the lesson is still being learned, the way any new skill takes repetition before it sticks. Here's a real example. A toddler named Maya cried every morning for 2 weeks straight. By week 3, she started pointing to the pickup picture unprompted and saying, "Mommy comes back." By week 4, she walked into her classroom and waved without hesitation. She hadn't stopped missing her mom. She'd learned that missing and losing are different things. By week 4, most toddlers have run the pattern enough times, goodbye, time passes, return, that their brain starts trusting it before it even happens again. Consider another example. A child named Lucas, who had severe separation anxiety and initially refused to enter the classroom. His parents implemented all 5 strategies consistently, and by day 14, Lucas began initiating the goodbye ritual himself, even reaching for the door to enter class. Within 3 weeks, his parents reported he was asking about school on non-school days, eager to see his teacher again. That's the actual milestone worth watching for. Not that they stopped missing you at drop-off, it's that they learned, somewhere in their bones, that missing you and losing you are not the same thing at all. Send this to a parent right before drop-off season starts, because the truth was never about independence at all. The real lesson was always proof that you always come back.